Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my WrestleMania 41 Night 2 predictions, which this Night 2 will be on Sunday. I already did Night 1's predictions, so go check that out if you haven't seen my Night 1 matches predictions. Now, the card has kind of been more structured since I did that, but of course, that's going to happen when we just don't really know stuff. And Night 2 is not really set, I think, on like what the match orders are going to be, so I'm just going to go off of how I think it should go and or the way I believe it might go. There's also one elephant in the room that we have to talk about, which is why I kind of was late on the Night 2 predictions, and that is Randy Orton's match. So SmackDown just ended, and Randy Orton basically has just declared an open challenge for WrestleMania. So that means it opens the cards for pretty much anybody on the roster or somebody who's returning on the roster. I originally thought there might be a possibility that Nick Aldis, the GM himself, would just decide to wrestle Randy Orton at WrestleMania, the way they were teasing it the past couple of weeks. But it seems like they've kind of shied away from that based on the way they did SmackDown last week. I kind of thought that was actually a really good idea to do Nick Aldis. I don't know if this is going to be Night 2 or Night 1. Obviously, we're covering it now because we already did our Night 1 predictions. But I kind of would actually think this would be actually good for an opening match, personally. But I think they're probably going to have this in the middle of the show. And I do think this actually will be in Night 2. I don't think this will be on Night 1 when they do this match. But we will get more to the Randy Orton Open Challenge match later on in this card because I don't think it will be the opening thing they do here. All right. So it has been confirmed that, at least as of right now, that the Night 2 opening match is going to be the WWE Women's World Championship Triple Threat match. And since we do have a confirmation of this, I will be going for this one in order. But everything else, other than the main event, we don't have confirmations for. So I will be doing this one first. The WWE Women's World Championship match, we have a triple threat. We have Io Sky defending the championship against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And if you already don't know my comments on this one, then you're in for it right now. So Io Sky basically won the title on Raw in Buffalo. I was at that event. And people were really not that happy with that. I mean, Io did have a pop, but it wasn't that big of a pop, and Rhea's was way bigger than hers, and a lot of people were not happy that Rhea Ripley lost that night. I don't really like this storyline at all. Like, the whole build has been basically, ever since Io won the title, is that she's been an afterthought. And it's not about Rhea and Bianca, which, to me, this match should have been Rhea-Bianca for the title. Like, the match, the setup, everything built towards that. Io Sky, the way they're building the storyline is actually the way the fans see it. Which is really weird that they're doing it that way, because that's how the fans see it. The fans see Io Sky as an afterthought because she didn't draw as champion for like 6 months when she was champion the last time. And now it's like she's the champion again, and people are just not interested in her as champion. I'm sorry. she is not a draw. Like, I don't understand why she's in the spot. I really don't. Some people are like, oh, they're trying to load up the card with everybody. And I'm like, well, that's cool, but you can't ruin matches just for sympathy. Okay. The best people and the best draws have to be on the card before anyone else. There's many wrestlers on the card or not on the card. Guys that are on the roster right now, guys and women that are on the roster right now that aren't going to be on the WrestleMania card. A lot of them being the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is not even in WrestleMania anymore. It's on goddamn SmackDown. I don't know why they just don't have that on the kickoff show like they had it on for a while. But anyways, that's my biggest gripe on this is, that they're building it the way the fans are displeased about her inclusion into this match. So how do I think this match is going to go? Well, personally, I don't think this should be the opening match to begin with because, people are not that interested in it because of how they blew it with it not being Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair one-on-one. But it will be okay, but I don't think it's going to get what WWE wants to get. Ultimately, what I think is going to end up happening here is that we are going to see, and this is toss up. I don't think Io will retain the title here. I think what we saw with Naomi, just on SmackDown, something is brewing with this whole Bianca Belair thing and Naomi, and I think it is going to hit ahead. I am actually going to give the win to Bianca Belair here. I think Bianca might be turning heel. I think there's going to be a surprise, and this I think is going to be the first surprise for everybody. If you notice on SmackDown, she actually did get booed a little bit, and then that whole Naomi thing came out. The Naomi segment came out that she's trying to communicate with her. I think there's going to be a twist. And I think all signs point to Bianca. People have been trying to say that Bianca knew about Naomi's, what Naomi did, which it wouldn't make sense storyline-wise because she was competing in a title tournament match at that point. But, maybe she knew later on or something like that and just kind of went with it and tried to pretend that she didn't know. And they're going to probably sell that as the storyline. I got Bianca winning and turning heel here. I wouldn't have put this as the opening match because I wouldn't want a heel turn to happen in the opening match. So if I had not known this was going to be the opening match, I wouldn't have had this as my opening match. But WWE already said they were going to have this as their opening match, so that's why I'm doing it. But I do think the winner is Bianca Belair. All right. So after that, I'm going to do, for the second match, I'm going to do the Sin City Street Fight match. Because after a shocking heel turn, we got to kind of make it a little interesting here. So the Sin City Street Fight match between Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Now, this is probably going to be an intense match. The way I'm looking at this match and the way I think this match, the match, despite it being an undercard match, I know a lot of people wanted Drew to do better, but for WrestleMania here. But the thing is this match absolutely makes sense for Drew McIntyre. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, last year Damian Pierce, he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract against Drew McIntyre. So it only makes sense that this would be this year's WrestleMania. Now, they say a Sin City street fight because it's in, it's in Las Vegas, but it's just a street fight. In the end, though, I think Drew McIntyre wins. He gets his revenge for what happened at last year's WrestleMania. In a pretty good 25 minute brawl for what it is. Drew McIntyre will definitely win this match. All right. So then we move on to the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way match. Again, another multi-title match, but that's how they're doing this year. Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Dominik Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn Bálor. Braun Breaker's been killing it, but I think he loses the title here. It's going to be either Finn Bálor or Dominik Mysterio that wins this match, I think. Penta's just got there. I don't think they're going to give it to Penta. I'm going with the surprise one here. I'm going to say Dominik Mysterio wins this. I think what's going to happen is it's going to look like Finn Bálor gets it, and then Dominik Mysterio is going to pin off of Finn Balor's work, and that's going to lead to him winning the Intercontinental Championship. So that's how I got this. I got Dominik Mysterio winning. All right, next we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defending the titles against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. For this match, I think I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to get the win here. I think they'll win the match. They've kind of had the title. They haven't had the titles that long, so I think they successfully defend their titles here in a pretty okay, decent match, to say the least. All right. So, the next match we got AJ Styles taking on Logan Paul. I was back and forth with this match on how they were going to do this. Actually, scratch that for the second. We forgot to do the Randy Orton. We forgot to do the Randy Orton match first. We'll do the AJ Styles versus Logan Paul match in a second. All right. So next, this is where I think they'll do the Randy Orton. They'll do the Randy Orton match right before the Logan Paul and AJ Styles match. So Randy Orton will come out, and he's going to do some. He's going to be in the ring waiting for an open challenge. Randy Orton will probably cut some promo. Then you'll see Nick Aldis. I think they're going to have Nick Aldis somehow involved because he's still probably pissed off at Randy Orton for RKOing him. So Nick Aldis is going to be like, I was originally going to wrestle you myself, but you know what? Since you're so hard on wrestling someone at WrestleMania, I actually found you an opponent. And then that's when Rusev comes out. That's my prediction. Rusev will come out. That's right. Rusev Day is here. Yes, he's not coming back as Miro. I already made a video on this on why he's not coming back as Miro. He's coming back as Rusev. He's going to probably have Lana with him. Lana and Rusev are legitimately married, and they are actually back together for real. In real life, ended their divorce proceedings submission. They are now back together, which is great for them. But now I could also see Rusev and Lana actually coming back as on-screen characters on WWE television. They'll probably have Rusev come back as a heel briefly. Maybe they'll bring eventually the babyface turn with the Rusev Day stuff because that was kind of his best run, was the Rusev Day thing. But I think they have him come back here as a heel against Randy Orton. Now, who wins this match between Rusev and Randy Orton? Pretty much no matter who comes back, I do think Randy Orton gets the win here. It won't be the same as it was with Kevin Owens, because I think if Orton faced Kevin Owens in the planned storyline match that they were going to have, it was going to end with Orton winning. And he would have won the match with a punt kick. I don't think they're going to do a punt kick here. Because that would kind of hurt Rusev as a returning wrestler to WWE. But I do think he gets the win over Rusev with an RKO. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins. And he does his celebration. So, yeah. That's how I have that. Now we're going to get to the AJ Styles versus Logan Paul match. Okay, so now AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. All right. So this match was kind of just set up not too long ago for AJ Styles, which is great because I'm glad to see AJ Styles back. How are they going to set this up? I'm going to unfortunately say this will be probably a good 25 to 30 minute match, but unfortunately, it pains me to say this, I do think they're going to give Logan Paul the win here. AJ Styles' wrestling career is winding down. I think he had said a while back that he was winding his career down and he was going to be retiring soon at some point. So I think they're going to let Logan win here. He hasn't won in the past couple of WrestleManias. So I think they're going to give Logan the win here, unfortunately. It pains me to say this. Yeah, I think that they're going to get... Like, Night 2, I think, is going to have a majority of heels winning at this year's WrestleMania, unfortunately. Yeah, so I think it will be a hard-fought battle. AJ Styles will come back and try to, put the forearm in, that then Logan will unfortunately get the win. Do some stealing, cheat, foolery stuff and win the match. All right. Whew, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the main event of the evening. All right. The main event that everybody hates right now because, well, what's the point? There was no build to the storyline. The Rock hasn't been there. The Rock hasn't been there. Cena hasn't really done anything. He barely showed up. Cody freaking is doing whatever to kind of keep it important. But yeah, we have the WWE Championship match, the main event, the close WrestleMania. We have Cody Rhodes defending the title against John Cena. Oh boy. I've been saying this for weeks now. And I'll say it again. This is a passing of the torch situation. And I know Cena's been doing the whole, I'm here to break tradition and yada yada. John Cena is doing that because he knows the fans have been pissed off at him for doing shit like that. But he's been just doing it gradually as a babyface, not as a heel. Cena is now using the whole idea of this and using it into the storyline. Some people, like, I've already brought this up already. John Cena is playing the role of Andre the Giant. Okay? He is playing the role of Andre the Giant. He's not playing the role of Hollywood Hulk Hogan. All right? He's not doing that. And I applaud you all that don't really know wrestling beyond 10 years, okay, to actually do some research on Andre the Giant's storyline with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3. Okay? Andre the Giant was undefeated for 15 years. Now, in reality, he was just unpinned in 15 years. But he was built as undefeated for 15 years, going up against Hulk Hogan, who had been the champion for 3 years. Now, in this day and age, they couldn't really kind of do that with Cody and Cena. Have Cody be champion for 3 years and have John Cena, turn finally. But in a way, they have been doing that before he was even champion. Cena raised Cody's hand when he came back. All right, just like how Andre shook Hogan's hand when he first won the WWE Championship. Okay? John Cena is playing the role of Andre the Giant. Okay? Cody Rhodes is playing the WrestleMania 3 version of Hulk Hogan. Now, if you watch the Larger Than Life documentary, the original Andre the Giant documentary, or even the new Andre the Giant documentary, you would know that Vince McMahon wanted Andre to pass the torch. And Andre wanted to pass the torch. He wanted to give back to the business. He wanted to, have the business go to the next level. That's what John Cena's doing. Andre the Giant, and so I've heard arguments, okay, that this is John Cena's first pay-per-view as a heel. And so he has to win because it's his first pay-per-view as a heel. Okay, guess what? You want to know who else's first pay-per-view was a heel? You want to know who else's first pay-per-view as a heel was that lost at WrestleMania? It was Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant turned heel in the build to WrestleMania 3. His first pay-per-view as a heel, he lost to Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3. Okay? Same thing like John Cena. Okay? John Cena is not going to win this WrestleMania. He is going to put over Cody Rhodes. Okay? Do I think The Rock's going to try to do some foolery shit? Yes, he was going to do some foolery crap. But Cody Rhodes is going to overcome it, and he's going to win. Now, what do they do with Cena afterwards? Well, that's another thing, too. People have also been saying that, John Cena still has appearances. Andre didn't, he was going to leave after WrestleMania 3 for a while before coming back. I think he came back like in October after that. And to that, I say, you are talking about a different era of booking. Andre the Giant's booking for WrestleMania to John Cena's booking of this era are not the same. Okay? Of course, there are going to be differences from their storylines. Okay? The WWE is not the same. It's not at the same scale of storytelling that it was back in the Hulkamania era. Okay? So, of course, they're not going to be able to do it exactly the way Andre the Giant did it. Okay? And Cena already said he was making appearances. Yes, he is making more appearances because he's going to continue chasing for the title. When Andre the Giant came back in October after losing at WrestleMania in March, okay, because back then I believe WrestleMania was in March, okay. When back then when Andre the Giant, okay, was gunning for the title, okay, at WrestleMania, he didn't win. He left until October because obviously in reality he had actual serious injuries that we all know about. But he obviously, when he came back in storyline, he came back and he was still going for the title. He was still trying to take the title from Hogan. And eventually he does it at Saturday night's main event. Now, of course, Ted DiBiase bought it from him, okay? But you get the point. This is basically what they're going to do with John Cena. John Cena is going to lose to Cody Rhodes, okay, at WrestleMania, and then John Cena is going to continue trying to chase for the title. He's not going to leave in October until October like Andre did, because obviously Cena is healthy. He's not injured like Andre was in real life, okay? You know, Andre had that giantism problem, which ultimately, unfortunately, he passed away because of it. But they're not going to do the same thing with Andre the Giant that they're doing with Cena, because Cena is healthy, okay? So, of course, Cena's going to come back for those appearance dates that he still has and to continue a feud with Cody Rhodes, especially since he has The Rock on his side now, okay? Okay, that's going to be the whole thing. And it'll probably lead to another match at SummerSlam or something like that. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. Okay? There's going to be some foolery with The Rock. Cody's going to overcome it like he did last year. I mean, we might even see Stone Cold Steve Austin appear, like everyone's been theorizing that Stone Cold's going to come out and intercept The Rock because we didn't get Austin last year. Okay? That's definitely a possibility as well. But Cody Rhodes, in the end, will get the win over John Cena. Okay? Plain and simple. Cody gets the win. He remains the champion. And that's how WrestleMania will close. WrestleMania will close with Cody coming out as the conquering hero. Which is kind of why I went the pattern of my predictions as I did. I think night 2 is going to be more of a heelish day. We're going to have the majority of the guys that are on WrestleMania night 2 heel winners. But then once we get to the main event, we're going to have Cody go over. And that's how the night's going to end for WrestleMania 2, with Cody once again standing tall as the champion, this time successfully defending the championship. And that's how you will end this year's WrestleMania. Now, of course, obviously, I do not like this year's WrestleMania build or card pretty much because of the way they did it. It should have been Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. Would have been a much better match, much better story. Babyface versus babyface can work at a WrestleMania. It's been proven already. But nonetheless, this is unfortunately what we're getting. It's going to suck. Honestly, I'm not really that intrigued by this match at all. But unfortunately, that's what we're getting. But I wanted to kind of briefly explain why I believe Cody Rhodes is winning and why I'm predicting for Cody Rhodes to win this year's WrestleMania match. So that's my prediction. Cody Rhodes goes over. That's how we end WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, make sure to comment, rate. If you like this video, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for this content. Thank you. And that's it, guys. I am the Ultimate Goku. I'm out of it. Peace. Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow the Twitch, Instagram, and also I have a Discord link in the description for discussions and all that stuff. Also, I do have a YouTube tier list, so make sure to check all that out for perks and stuff like that. Now I'm out. Peace.